Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining the Food Day in California Statewide Planning and Brainstorming webinar call. We have a lot of really great people on that are all over the state of California here to share their planning with you and hopefully generate some really great ideas if you are still looking for an event idea or have some questions. Just to go over a little bit on how to use GoToWebinar. During the presentations, please type any questions into the box in your dashboard and we'll address them at the end. And during the Q&A, you may also press the raise hand icon on your dashboard and we will unmute you and then you can ask your question. And just to let you know, this seminar is being recorded and a link will be sent to all call registrants within 1 week of the call. If you have any questions, you can either contact me or the Food Day inbox at foodday@cspinet.org. My name is Nicole McCann, and I am the project coordinator for the National Food Day Office here in Washington, D.C., and I'm the point person for the state of California. Okay. So just to go over the webinar agenda, as I mentioned, I'm with Food Day, and then we will have Tisha Tyler, who is located in San Diego with Meals for Hunger. After that, we'll be moving on to Orange County with Audra Wilford at Saddleback College. And then we will have Carla Vasquez with Hunger Action Los Angeles in LA. I'm moving up to Sadie Clemens from the California Alliance with Family Farmers in Davis. And then we'll have Kiran Joshi from Cisco Systems Incorporated in Fremont. And then we'll have Kristen Kiesel from Sacramento State University in Sacramento, followed by Christina DeLeon from the California Convergence Coordinating Office in Oakland. And last but not least, Elisa Rudnick, who is the distance organizer for Food Day located in Oakland. And then we'll have a Q&A session. So I just want to go over first a couple of national campaign highlights that we're really excited about and want to share with you. We have Jack Johnson, who is going to be teaming up with Food Day on his fall 2013 tour for his album From Here to Now, and All at Once, a nonprofit organization that he has started that connects nonprofits with people who want to become active in their local and world communities. As part of a focus on promoting sustainable local food systems, All at Once has signed on to highlight Food Day and encourage fans to host or get involved in local events. And in California, there are going to be 4 concerts if you want to see Jack Johnson in Oakland, California, San Diego, Los Angeles, and Santa Barbara. And you can see the link at the bottom of the sheet or of the slide if you'd like to go and find out more information about the really fun, exciting partnership. Another really great national highlight is our hip-hop public health partnership with Songs for a Healthier America. This is co-produced by Partnership for a Healthier America, whose honorary co-chair is the First Lady Michelle Obama, and Hip Hop Public Health. It's a multi-genre compilation album designed to motivate kids to make healthier exercise and lifestyle choices. There are featured notable artists, including Dougie Fresh, DMC from Run DMC, Ashanti, and Travis Barker. Another really fun event in the country is the New York City Big Apple Crunch. They are planning to break a record and have the most participants in an apple crunching event and hoping to get 1 million crunchers. This is going to be located in New York City and actually all around the state on the 24th, and it's being planned by the state of New York and Grow NYC. We also have a lot of events in other big areas. The Eat Real Chicago Festival will be in Dali Plaza, and we'll bring a lot of participants to that event. In Savannah, they are hoping to have more than last year, which was 15,000 attendees. This is their 3rd annual event. And Massachusetts Department of Agriculture is aiming for 1,000 events in the state of Massachusetts. We are also launching a national action that we are asking everyone to get involved with called Let's Get Cooking with Kids. In 2013, Food Day has a special focus on activities aimed at teaching kids to cook. We'll never be able to match the resources of America's junk food manufacturers that discourage cooking, but with your help and armed with just a dozen or so basic healthy recipes, kids can begin to reclaim their health. Join us on Food Day to teach kids to cook around the country, at school, at home, and register your cooking class on the national map of Food Day events with the title, Let's Get Cooking with Kids. We have a cookbook, recipe cards, a nutrition toolkit created by Chop Chop Magazine, and a step-by-step guide to help you. This is a really great way to get kids developing the skills that they need, and also a really easy way to get involved in Food Day. And you can see the URL at the bottom there to get more of the resources, www.foodday.org/let's_get_cooking. And a couple of updates that, a couple of updates that I'm going to be giving about California is an LA event sponsored by the Center for Science and the Public Interest. It is the California Healthy Beverage Summit. That's going to be on October 21st, and we're really excited about that. It's already listed on the Food Day map, and if you're interested in registering, you can go to the URL at the bottom and click on the register button. Topics will include an overview of the beverage landscape of the local, state, and national levels, policies and efforts to improve the availability and consumption of water and other healthy drinks, and strategies to counter the industry's aggressive youth-oriented marketing practices. So we're really looking forward to that. Additionally, in San Diego schools and PTAs, there's going to be 2 events in high school and 1 event in an elementary school featuring 2 chefs. Also at UC Berkeley at Sproul Plaza, there's going to be tastings, samples, cooking demos, local foods, performance from a UC Jazz Ensemble, student and campus organization booths, prizes, and giveaways. So in California, in our inaugural year of Food Day in 2011, there were 329 events. In 2012, there were 469. And in 2003, it's already looking like we will surpass the 2012 limit, or 2012 list of events, because there's a lot of really exciting things going on. So make sure that on Food Day you register your event, whether it's a Let's Get Cooking with Kids class or other type of event. And you can go to www.foodday.org/host_un_event. And if you are planning something and you would like to put in a request for free printed Food Day collateral, make sure that you register at least a placeholder on the map and get your request in by tomorrow. The deadline for requesting materials is tomorrow, the 24th of September. We are expecting about 3,200 events and hopefully more this year in all 50 states. Okay, now I'm going to pass it over to our great organizer in the San Diego area. Her name is Tisha Tyler, and she's with the nonprofit organization Meals for Hunger. Tisha? Tisha, are you on the call? Tisha, you may possibly have yourself muted. Okay, well, it looks like we're going to come back to Tisha once we are able to get her unmuted. Okay, we'll come back to Tisha. Next, we have Audra Wilford at Saddleback College in Orange County. Audra, are you on the call?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, so I have your title slide up, and let's just go to your slide for Saddleback.
Okay, fantastic. I am the Director of Student Life at Saddleback College, and we're a very large public two-year institution here in South Orange County. In addition to that, I am also the founder of a local nonprofit organization that is focused on whole kid wellness that I founded with a group of people after my son was diagnosed with brain cancer. So it just so happens that we have a really wonderful community down here with a very large student population at Saddleback College, and then also connections that are laced within that community on the outside with the nonprofit sector here in Orange County, focused on kids' health and wellness. And so this is our first year doing anything for Food Day. We did not hear about the event until a Jamie Oliver press release came out. So we got involved at the end of the summer and started to plan 2 main events to start with on our campus for this year. And we're just hoping to grow this program year after year. And the first is going to be a farm-to-table lunch utilizing a very local organic farm, produce from a very local organic farm, and hopefully a farm stand that they'll set up here on campus. And also our culinary arts program, who will be preparing the food and offering basically the cooking demonstration and tasting for all of our students. We do have 27,000 students for our unduplicated semester headcount, so we have a very large student body, and this is going to be a wonderful opportunity for them. We're really hoping to expand out to our nursing program and our education programs, both the early childhood and the K-12 programs, and I think that's something that will be coming in the future. One thing that I know is really a challenge here is that people need to see the event once to really kind of start to jump in for the future. So we know that we just sort of have to provide that base, that benchmark for ourselves, and then people will get even more involved with next year. The second event we have is from my nonprofit organization. We have a Fierce Foods Academy. It is a cooking demo with children, and you can see we have pictures of that that demo on the screen. And we partner with our Child Development Center here at Saddleback College, serving children aged 16 months to 6 years of age. And we will be offering a really nice, accessible food demonstration for families as they come, and caregivers as they come to pick up the child. They will be able to drop by the teaching kitchen that we utilize and engage in actually preparing something. And then we're hoping to have all the wonderful Chop Chop materials. For our nonprofit, we also work with Chop Chop, so that's wonderful. We have magazines to give out as well as anything we receive from Food Day. We'll be doing recipe cards. We have a little game that we play about what we call fighter nutrients instead of phytonutrients. So that's going to be a wonderful place to start, something that we're hoping next year we can expand out to the local after-school programs across our region here in Orange County. So we're kind of starting at square one, but that's a basic orientation to what we're doing. We have been in contact with other organizations here in Orange County, in addition to some innovative programs to bring whole foods into the schools, and it seems like everybody's kind of at the same place. They're, looking to see what happens here in Orange County this year, and I think will be even more willing to jump on board next year. I did hear of a group called Sapphire at School who said they were participating in Food Day on all of their campuses that they serve, although I haven't seen anything on the map or been able to encourage them to post the map, so I'm not sure what's happening with that, but I'm hoping that to bring that to understand better what's happening and hopefully get those things posted as soon as possible, because that would expand what's happening here in Orange County significantly. I think that's the quickest intro to what we're doing here that I could give.
Great. Thanks so much, Audra.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to move to Carla Vasquez, who is located in Los Angeles and with the Hunger Action Los Angeles group. Carla?
Hi everyone. So can I get the next slide?
Sure. And could you speak up just a little bit when you're giving your
Oh yeah,
presentation?
sure. Okay, hold on. How's that?
Great.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So hi everyone. So in LA, there's a few different events. Starting with the Halloween Food and Fit Festival, which is going to be led by one of our site coordinators, Kasia, who has, just a really big focus on girls and on young people embracing their health, and she has her own organization. And this festival will have they're expecting about 150 kids, and they'll have booths, activities, chef demos, trivia games, and even a healthy demo on how to make healthy Halloween treats. So that'll be a really big event in Venice, which is one of the neighborhoods here in LA. We also have a film screening in a neighborhood in Pico Union. Pico Union's a little bit, they're just, a lot of these neighborhoods are far apart, but mainly Latino community, and we're hoping that the film screening will really be an opportunity to start the conversation of health, especially because in Pico Union there aren't that many opportunities for people to gather and to talk about some of these very important issues. And along with that film screening, in the after-school program where I volunteer, there'll be a workshop on eating and feeling well. We have a community member who is really focused on just connecting with how you feel emotionally with the foods that you eat. And this is a concept that for many of our high schoolers, they feel sluggish and they eat hot Cheetos and they don't know why they feel the way they do. So hopefully this will be a great opportunity for them to kind of connect those two and learn how they can make healthier choices for themselves. And also, it's not on there, but there will be, there is a church in Pico Union that will be hosting an event that will really just be a prayer service for just talking about some of these issues as well. Then we also have another event with the community health councils led by a different site coordinator in South LA, which will be a mainly African American and then some Latinos community there. And they're going to be doing a city hall briefing on urban agriculture, so I know that they're expecting quite a big turnout for that. And finally, we have a food summit at Audubon Middle School, which is also going to be lots of great stuff. So yeah, we're really excited, and I think everything is really coming together.
Great. Thanks, Carla. And just really quickly, before we move on to the next panelist, we had an inquiry about which film is going to be screened.
Yeah, that's actually, we are not sure. There's several ideas that have been put out there. We have a big number of people who are Spanish speakers, so it's kind of hard to choose something right now because not a lot of these films and documentaries that I'm thinking would be wonderful are actually in Spanish. So I would love any recommendation actually of a good film that's definitely inclusive, because that's kind of been a hurdle for us. But we really want to do a film screening. We really think it's a good way. It's a good strategy for our neighborhood.
Great, thanks. Well, we do have the film screening guide on the resources page for Food Day. If anyone's interested in doing film screenings, you can take a look at that. Okay. Thank you so much, Carla, for the LA update. Okay, we're going to move on to Sadie Clements from the Community Alliance with Family Farmers. And Sadie, are you on the call? Sadie, can you hear me? Are you able to speak into your microphone? Okay, Sadie, can you hear me? It'll just be 1 second. We are having some technical difficulties.
To unmute me.
Okay, Sadie, there you go.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry about that. I had to call in on my phone instead of my computer. Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me. My name is Sadie Clemens with Community Alliance Family Farmers. Our headquarters is out of Davis, but we're a statewide organization, and I'm the regional manager for our Central Coast and Santa Clara Valley region. So that's Monterey County, Santa Cruz County, Silicon Valley or Santa Clara County, and San Benito County. So for Food Day this year, we have a couple of events going on. I'll just highlight the events happening mostly on the Santa Clara County side, which are the first two events. We are partnering with the Farmers Market down in Gilroy, which is where our office is at. It's in the agriculture region of the Silicon Valley. And that will be a day where the farmers market's happening, and a lot of the other food system organizations will be having tables out, and we'll be doing trail walking, yoga, Zumba, healthy cooking demos, and some crafts and programs for the kids. And our farmers will be there selling their food. San Jose State is doing a locavore fair and food day, and this is sponsored by Slow Food South Bay in San Jose State. And this will be on actual food day. The other event is on Saturday, October 26th, but this one will be on the actual food day. And it's a day-long event to promote sustainable ag practices and healthy eating. And it will include speakers and workshops and tables for other local nonprofits who work in the food system. And then some of the events that CAP is doing in October for Food Day, we run the Harvest of the Month program out of our Sebastopol region and out of our Central Coast region, and we send out over 800 Harvest of the Month kits to classrooms all over the area in a 5-county area. And we source produce from our local farmers, and those go into the classroom, and we have our AmeriCorps, our health corps, teach about the locally sourced item and talk about agriculture and nutrition in the classroom. So we'll be doing that on Food Day, and we will also be doing our cafeteria promotions, in which we have our health corps dress up like fruits or vegetables like they do each month in the cafeteria, showcasing different types of locally grown items and the farmer that grew them. And I think there's more events going on, but these are the only ones that I've heard about so far. But we have our Food System Alliance meeting, our Food Policy Council meeting this Wednesday, so more events will probably be bubbling up from some of the other nonprofits.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sadie, for sharing that with us.
Sure.
Yeah, that's going to be a really great program, and apparently there are going to be 600 classrooms with the Harvest of the Month in the 2 regions that we're working in. So
that's right. Yeah, and we're very excited because Food Day is offering to help with putting some of the supplemental material that we'll have in all of our kits, so everyone will get to see some of the nice Food Day material in the Harvest of the Month kits.
Great. Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so next we have Kiran Joshi. She is located in the Fremont area and works for Cisco Systems Incorporated. Kiran, would you like to tell about events that you are working on?
I am Kiran Chandiramani. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Okay. I'm Kiran Chandiramani Joshi, and as Nicole said, I live in Fremont, California, which is part of East Bay Area. Just a quick introduction. I'm a certified health counselor, first-time mom, and a finance professional working in Cisco Systems in San Jose campus. I recently have signed up as a food day coordinator, and I'm leading food day efforts in different venues, as Nicole is sharing. The first one is at Cisco Systems because that's my second home. That's the place where I work. I have partnered with the local with our cafeteria, a food service company called Armark. We will be hosting food day in the campus on October 24th, and the focus will be to highlight the local farms. The food that's being served in the cafeteria here is 70% of the food comes from the local farms. So we are working on showcasing that to the employees and also creating awareness about the food day and some of the pressing issues seen in the food system. The second place that I'm actually working to host food day is in San Ramon Whole Foods. Have partnered with the marketing team there, plan to host the food day on 20th October, and the focus will be to share with the people coming to the Whole Foods, where the Whole Foods procures their produce from. It's again, they mostly get their produce from the local farmers, and they will be also talking about how they help in reducing the environmental footprint, basically their recycling programs. So between San Jose campus, Cisco campus, and Whole Foods, expect to see around 1,000 to 2,000 people at these different venues. And the third area that I'm working with is Newark Farmers Market. It's one of the farmers market that's managed and run by Institute of Marine Agriculture. Have just finalized the date yesterday, plan to host the event on 13th October. The idea here is to educate people around the farmers selling their produce in the market. It's one of the biggest and the busiest farmers market in East Bay. It has around 4,000 to 5,000 people coming there, so the crowd is huge. So we will be basically giving out the information about the food day and also about the local farmers. The last one where I'm actually working with the teacher Marie Moschetti on hosting food day on 4th October. Here we will be speaking to the high school students, basically educating them about the food day and also sharing with them the importance of eating healthy, local, healthy meals, and also getting back to the basics like eating meals with the family. So these are some of the efforts that I'm leading. I mean, this is my first time. It's been a great experience, especially partnering with different folks, at work and also in the community. Any questions or comments?
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay. Thank you so much, Kristen. I'm sorry, thank you so much, Kieran. We are going to have Kristen from Sacramento State University. And Kieran, just to give you an update, we'll have the question and answer section at the end. Okay, go ahead, Kristen.
Hi, everybody. This is Kristen. I'm a faculty member of Sacramento State, and we are organizing Food Day for the third time this year. So we have done this 3 years in a row. And as one of the panel members said that is doing it for the first time, it really does help to kind of establish the event and We have a number of events planned, and I also have the events listed. If anybody wants to have a flyer, I can send it to anybody on this panel, and we are thankful for distributing it as much as we can. We have a lot of the events we have done for several years now. We work with our preschool that we have on campus, and we have our preschool students come to campus to have cooking demonstrations, taste demonstration, and then these demonstrations go on throughout the day for students and also the community. We have a number of movie screenings that are mainly, the target group is mainly our students because they happen during the day. And our big emphasis for this year was making sure that we connect the community, connect to the community in more ways and allow more community members to come and participate in the events. So we moved some of our events towards the evening hours and split up some of the events with a primary focus for students and then some of the events with a primary focus for community members. So we have panel discussions that happen throughout the day, but then we also have 2 panel discussions specifically that happen in the evening. One is focused on the school food environment and food education particularly, and we have a couple of guest speakers lined up for that event. And then we have a keynote speaker this year. We have Anna Lape come out and talk about strategies for sustainable and environmentally friendly decisions that we as a consumer can do. And I think that's my quick update, and if there's any questions, I'm more than happy to elaborate on some of our events.
Thank you so much, Kristen. We will definitely be coming back to questions at the end. It sounds like a really great couple of events at Sacramento State, so I'm sure you'll get plenty of questions about how you're putting together such a great food day festival.
Yeah, and again, I mean, having it done for the 3rd time, I feel like we have some of the connections in place. We've already advertised the events at some of the events that happen with our local community partners, like the California Center for Food Literacy. So they had an event 2 weeks ago. There's another event happening this week where we are promoting our events. So we linked up with a couple of things that happen in Sacramento. And so in my personal experience, it feels like things are slowly but surely coming together in terms of working across organizations and nonprofits and governmental agencies and so on. So I'm happy to have more.
It's a great model what you have going out there in Sacramento. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, we are going to move on to the Bay Area, and we're going to have Christina from the California Convergence Coordinating Office speak about the member agencies that she's working with.
Great.
Are you on?
Thank you so much. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay, let me get your slide up. Okay, there you go.
Perfect. Thank you. So my name is Christina De Leon. I work with the California Convergence Coordinating Office. We are a project of the Public Health Institute, and we are based in Oakland. But California Convergence as a whole is a network of people who are passionate about creating healthier communities. So across the state, our members are working together to determine shared priorities, identify resources, and connect with people and organizations that can help us collectively fight for and win lasting change. And so we operate with a regional structure, a regional model that we use to connect our statewide efforts to really what's happening on the ground. So you see there is an image of California with our 7 regions and our 7 regional connectors who are assigned to each region and have sort of been telling us a little bit about what they're doing, both within their host organizations as well as sort of in a broader snapshot of what's happening across their respective regions. And so just to kind of give you a sense of what some of our partners are working on to kind of, get some thoughts maybe flowing. Our regional connectors up in the far north are with the Center for Nutrition and Activity Promotion at CSU Chico, CNAP for short. And they're actually planning a great event at CSU Chico campus that will include an informational scavenger hunt. They'll have different kinds of prizes from local businesses, offer cooking demonstrations and tastings, and kind of facilitated many discussions and presentations on food days, key issues, as well as if anyone, again, is interested in looking at a potential documentary to show, they've chosen to show A Place at the Table as well to kind of get their folks engaged. And so that's sort of something that's kind of going on in the far north that will be happening on their campus. I believe that will be on actual food day. And sort of across the far northern region, as well as some of our other rural communities, those that have an abundance of produce and farming, a lot of folks are still kind of working out logistics and details, but we have a number of planned farmers markets as well. And some of the main tenets that a lot of them have in common are sort of working with their local farmers associations to, work with them to accept both cash and EBT to allow broad community members to come together and sort of have access to their health and fresh local foods and learn more about local nutrition education, and get involved in that way. So that's something that we're seeing a lot in our rural communities, and over the past 2 years, and now going into our third, has been really successful as well. Nicole already alluded to earlier is a Healthy Beverage Summit that will be taking place on October 21st. It's being held with the California Center for Public Health Advocacy. And sort of along those lines, they'll be doing that at University of Southern California on the 21st, but a couple of our other regions are also taking a more policy-based approach to really promoting access to healthy foods, both in the food and beverage environment. So along the Central Coast, our partners with United Way of Santa Cruz are taking also a policy approach and connecting with Senator Bill Monning's office to leverage his work that he's doing with SB 622, which is sort of the soda tax legislation that's being pushed at the state level, to host an event and really promote what people can be doing there to help maybe do some advocacy, but really talk about how we can engage in promoting local events that really support healthy beverage and healthy food environments. And then finally, I guess what I'll say in the interest of time is that a lot of our local health departments have been connected to the Network for Healthy California, as well as a couple of other organizations, and a lot of them will be hosting events related to their work under this funding stream. They have a Champions for Change stream, that programmatic stream that a lot of them do, and so some of our health departments will be honoring sort of the folks who have been doing amazing local work in conjunction with Food Day to kind of leverage some of the great promotion they can be doing and connecting them to each other, as well as really promoting some of the great things they can be doing specifically around food and food access and food nutrition education. And so I can probably pin down a couple of health departments in the coming weeks, but we're really excited to see some of that movement as well across the state. So if you'd like to get a better sense of what's going on in your region, I would really encourage you to reach out to the connectors who are listed here on this slide and learn more about possible food event ideas, learn more about maybe what they have planned or what their partners have planned. Because they're regionally organized, they've got their ear to the ground and are really connected to what's happening across their various counties and their regions. And maybe you'll find something that you may want to attend or a model that will work well for them that you'd like to replicate. So my information is also at the bottom, so feel free to email me and I can get you in touch with our partners. And as we get more information, I'll be sure to share it with Nicole as well as our other panelists if they're interested, so we can continue to share this information and get everyone connected across California.
Great. Thank you so much, Chris. I'm sure that you will have plenty of takers on, on that offer. Okay, so we're going to move on to Elisa Rudnick. She is the distance organizer for Food Day located in Oakland. Elisa, are you on the call? I have unmuted you from my end, so you should be able to join in. Okay, there seems to be a mute problem that we are going to try to move back to Tisha Tyler, who was the first panelist from San Diego. Tisha, are you on?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes. Could you just speak up a little bit, and but we can definitely hear you.
Okay, I will try and do that. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Tisha Tyler. I'm Executive Director for Meals for Hunger, which is a local nonprofit in San Diego. We specialize in healthy food distribution, nutrition education, as well as obesity education. Also a board member for Slow Food Urban San Diego. So today I'm going to highlight 4 different, they're not necessarily 4 events, but 4 different categories of events that we have happening here in San Diego. I'm really pleased that we have about 15 or so events that are going on throughout the month of October. We really kind of took advantage of having an entire month instead of just focusing our events on or immediately before or after actual food day. So the first, it's Kids, Kids, Kids. That's actually not the name of the program. The name of the program is Eat, Grow San Diego. Food Day School Passport Challenge. So this is the second time that we're doing this program. It was hugely successful last year, so this year we're doing it again, partnering with 2 elementary schools, one in East Region of San Diego, and one of the reasons why that is significant is that East Region has been identified as having the highest level of obesity in all of San Diego County. So we're excited to do quite a few events this year for Food Day in that region. So essentially what happens with the Food Day School Passport Challenge is that kids, they visit designated farmers market with their families, and so they're able to participate in fun activities. They learn about new fruits and vegetables. They do some sample tasting. They meet with the farmers, and they have like a little passport. You know, when we travel abroad and we have our passport and we get it stamped. Well, the kids have a makeshift passport, and they're able to go through and track educational activities that they participate in. And at the end, the school who has the most participants, they get an award. Individual kids are able to get awards. So it's really a fun, interactive activity. And it gets kids engaged, it gets their families engaged, and it gives them the opportunity to kind of know a bit more about where their food is coming from. The second category of events, we have a number of different community dialogues. So we're doing a lot around hunger and poverty and obesity. We've got a number of places at the table viewings. At last count, I believe there were 3 different ones, and we have various nonprofit organizations that are either hunger or food justice nonprofits, and they're partnering with the San Diego Hunger Coalition and hosting screenings of a place at the table throughout the county. Again, one of these is happening in East Region, which, as I mentioned before, really needs as much support and education around obesity as possible. And so there'll be a number of different types of panelists that are participating at each of the screenings to kind of jumpstart community dialogue around food, where it's coming from, obesity issues, health issues, and so on and so forth. The third category is the Good Food Community Partners, so Slow Food Urban San Diego. And I really love this idea. It stays very true to the mission and vision of Slow Food in that it's a community partner fair. So inviting partners that promote sustainable agriculture and meat and seafood and grass-fed meats and local farmers and everyone coming out kind of in a fair setting so that people are able to come and see and meet farmers and meet fishermen and this such. So I'm excited about that. This is the first time that anything like this is happening in San Diego, so I hope that it's a huge success so that we'll be able to continue to do it going forward in years to come. Last and final category, remembering just our food justice sheroes and heroes, and one of the notable events is the 3rd annual Fannie Lou Hamer Legacy Luncheon. Fannie Lou Hamer was a civil rights and food justice advocate, and there's a nonprofit organization, it's called the People's Produce Project, and it's a place-based organization in a low-income community here in San Diego. It's called Southeastern San Diego. It's a very diverse community, so heavy Hispanic, African American, and Laotian Filipino population. So the Fannie Lou Hamer Luncheon is, again, celebrating organizations and individuals who are continuously working in the community for to achieve food equity in the Southeastern San Diego region. And then one other thing that I also wanted, well, I guess two other things that I wanted to mention that are not on the slide. So there's also going to be an East County Live Well Expo, and there's going to be a food day. It's kind of a food day hall where there'll be screenings about of obesity-related films, as well as some panels and healthy food taste testing and healthy cooking demonstrations, stuff like that. So that should be fun. And then we have the biennial Hunger Conference, which is on October the 10th, which is an event that is hosted every other year by the San Diego Food Bank. And so again, that one is focusing on anti-hunger advocacy, really creating a volunteer culture around hunger and food security and nutrition education and best program practices, things like that. So it should be a really good conference. And I think that's it.
Okay, thanks so much, Tisha. I'm glad we got the audio problem worked out and you're able to tell everybody about your events.
I am as well. One more thing I wanted to mention too. I'm sorry, Nicole. One thing I think it's just really important to just offer a variety of events. And one thing I've noticed here in San Diego, what we're trying to do is be more strategic about the types of events, which is why I tried to provide categories. Mm-hmm. And just looking at what are the national priorities for Food Day and seeing if there's something or some way that we can incorporate that into our local plans.
That's a really good tip. Thanks for sharing that. Because there are some of the priorities that have a little less attention to them. So mm-hmm. I'm happy that the two of you down in San Diego are really working on that. So thank you. Okay, so we're going to try to go back to Elisa. Let me just find her. Oh, I don't see Elisa on here anymore. Oh, well, it looks like we've lost Elisa. Oh, there she is. Elisa, are you on? 1 second. Elisa, do we have you?
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Excellent. Yes, we can hear you.
Yay. Great. Okay, sorry, I just relaunched it because I think it was having a problem. So hello,
okay,
my
great.
name is Elisa, and I live in Oakland, as Nicole said. I've been doing California organizing for Food Day for the past couple of months. My focus has been mostly in Northern California, but also I've done outreach to every school district in California and just trying to incorporate more rural areas all over the state. So one thing earlier this month, I was lucky enough to go to the Food Literacy Fair with Kristen in Sacramento, and that was at the Midtown Farmers Market. So it was actually just a bunch of booths set up to promote food literacy right next to the farmers market, and that was a great way to have synergy between connecting the actual farmers in the area with the organizations doing work to support them. And when I was there, I met Justin, who's the owner of Campus Green Project, which is a mobile greenhouse that runs on food waste oil. And he's going to be going all around the state of California in the month of October, teaching kids about growing food in his greenhouse. So that's one way to incorporate the whole state of California. So just some highlights in areas that haven't been touched on. In Palo Alto, there's the Common Ground Garden Supply and Education Center, and they'll be having 2 teaching events, Understanding Diet and Sustainable Gardening and Planning Your Garden Menu. Then on October 19th in Point Reyes, which is a rural area in Northern California, authors Michael Pollan and Mas Masamoto will be giving a a discussion about sustainable food systems at Point Reyes Bookstores, which is a small independent bookstore. And the benefits, this will benefit the farmers market, the local farmers market. Then on October 23rd, I was lucky enough to go to this really awesome farm in East Oakland where it incorporates kids from a local school, and they do all the planting and selling of the produce. And the proceeds from those sales actually go into savings accounts for these kids to go to college. It's a fantastic model, and it's been getting a lot of really good press. The picture is the pizza oven that they built, and they're going to be having a big Food Day Harvest Bonanza with a pizza cook-off and a rock climbing wall to encourage physical activity. And then on actual Food Day on October 24th, one event in Fresno is just a farm tour with a fruit tasting at a local garden, and that's going to be focused towards getting kids to see what is locally grown in that area. And then I was lucky enough to actually go to the Oakland Food Policy Council meeting last week, and they are planning a great event, which is a viewing of A Place at the Table, which is the movie that Chris was talking about, and they'll be having a panel discussion after that. Also, the Oakland Unified School District will be launching California Thursdays, which is a lunch menu featuring local California seasonal produce, and that'll be taking place in every school in the district. So that's kind of an overview of what I've been working on in California, but I just wanted to provide different types of activities to get people's brains moving. And also, no event is too small. I think the Let's Get Cooking with Kids program features any and every person who can, really get kids cooking is important, even if it's a small event or a large event. They're all part of Food Day.
Great. Thank you so much, Elisa, for giving your presentation.
No problem.
Okay, just a reminder, make sure you register your event on the national map. I have the URL here. Just one final reminder. And now we will go into a brief question and answer session. And I have a couple that were typed in here that I will read. And any of the panelists, if you'd like to answer them after I read the question out, please feel free to jump in. We have one question from Carolyn Rudolph. She says, International Food Day is October 16th. In Santa Cruz, we're considering the week from October 16th to October 24th as a Farmer Appreciation Week. And she's organizing restaurants and artisan food makers to use organic produce and products from farmers markets to contribute to vendor fees to demonstrate our gratitude. Trying to organize all of these separate parts is challenging. Yes, we definitely know that can be challenging. And a follow-up question is from her is also any ideas on how to communicate to all the various restaurants and organizations committed to healthy foods. So do any of the panelists have any tips for Carolyn about how you are reaching out to all the different various groups in your area? I know, Tisha, you're working with a lot of different groups down there in San Diego. Do you have any tips for Carolyn?
Do I have any tips? I think just keep your eyes and ears open. I participate in a lot of community meetings, community events, so I have a pretty large network of people kind of in the food area, and then being a member of the board of Slow Food. We do a lot of community events, outreach events, and have a lot of interaction with restaurants that use locally sourced products. So I'd say just day-to-day interactions with people and just always keeping your, like I said, your eyes and ears open and asking for suggestions and recommendations from people that you meet.
That's a really good tip.
This is Kristen, also from Sacramento State. I don't really have the best solution, but I could echo what Trish just said. We tried to do a listserv last year. And I think the most effective is really going to community events and trying to talk to people and making that connection and then following up via email. Everything else I haven't found quite as successful. It takes a lot of time and effort, but that's, if anybody has any better ideas, I'm certainly open to that. But the listserv or like a little update hasn't worked as well for us.
Great, thank you so much. And I agree. I think just getting involved in social media is also a great way of connecting with other people in the area. Especially Twitter, they give recommendations and suggestions based on who you follow, and there's a lot of very targeted areas. I know that like San Diego has a lot of very specific groups that pop up all the time on social media. So just being engaged in the social community in your area will also open that up. Okay. And again, if you have a question, you can hit the raise hand button on your panel, or you can type a question in. And as a reminder, I will be sending the archived audio and slides to everyone in a follow-up email within a week. And I'm not seeing any extra questions, but if you do have a question after we close out the webinar, you can always email me. My email address is, let me just get to the next slide. I have a list of relevant links for you here, and then, oops, sorry about that. You can email me at foodday@cspinet.org, or my personal email address, which is nmccann@cspinet.org, nmccann@cspinet.org. And we are, Food Day is on, we're on Facebook and Twitter. We have a Pinterest account, and we're also on Instagram. And you can see the social media language we have here at the bottom. We're at Food Day 2013, hashtag Food Day 2013, and hashtag Let's Get Cooking. Let's see if we have any more questions. Okay, so we do have another question. Is there a way to print out materials from the Food Day website and have it be in color? Yes, we have a lot of great resources on the Food Day resources page. I'm just going to mute some people. Okay. Yeah, if you go to foodday.org/resources, you can find all the posters, the logos, brochures, tools for organizing, and all of those can be printed if you would like to have them printed on your own. They are all in color, so as long as you have the color print capabilities, then you can print them up.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi.
This
Yes,
is Karen. I have a quick clarification question regarding the marketing collateral. So, you know, given that I have 4 different events going on, is it that I can order the material only once, or I can order material like 4 times for 4 different events?
Right. So if you're coordinating multiple events, on the survey where you request the information, we have a note that you should order the large package. And the large package is for 500 plus attendees, and we will only be ordering once, but it will cover multiple activities.
Okay.
Great question.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying that.
No problem. Okay. Okay. Well, we will be getting back to everyone soon with the PowerPoints and the archived audio. And thank you so much for participating and joining in on the call. And I look forward to hearing from you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm the point person for the state of California for National Food Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.